Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification to always stay updated. Today we're exploring a story that continues to spark conversation on both sides of the Atlantic. When Prince Harry stepped away from royal duties several years ago, many believed he was beginning the life he had always wanted, one with greater independence, more privacy, and the freedom to make his own choices. But as time has passed, new discussions have emerged about whether life outside the monarchy has been everything he imagined. Has the excitement of building a new future in America been matched by the reality? And can someone who spent their entire life inside one of the world's oldest institutions ever completely leave that identity behind? Let's take a closer look at the journey, the challenges, and what it might mean for Harry's future. When Harry and Meghan chose to step away from their roles as senior working royals, they presented the move as an opportunity to create a different kind of life. They settled in California, where they focused on raising their family, supporting charitable causes, and developing independent business ventures. The decision marked one of the biggest changes in modern royal history. Instead of following centuries-old traditions, they set out to define success on their own terms. At the time, many viewed the move as a bold step toward greater personal freedom, while others wondered whether leaving behind the support and structure of royal life would eventually prove more difficult than expected. Stepping away from royal duties gave Prince Harry the opportunity to shape his own future without the constraints of palace life. It was a decision that reflected his desire for greater independence, more control over his family's privacy, and the freedom to pursue causes in a way that felt authentic to him. Those goals remain central to the life he has built in California. Through charitable initiatives, media projects, and his continued support for veterans and mental health awareness, Harry has sought to create a meaningful role outside the framework of the monarchy. Even so, building an entirely new public identity is rarely a simple process. The royal family provides its working members with an established platform, long-standing charitable networks, and institutional support that has developed over generations. Outside that environment, every new project requires careful planning, strong partnerships, and sustained public interest. Success depends not only on good intentions but also on navigating an increasingly competitive media landscape where public attention shifts quickly. Another challenge is that Harry's royal background continues to shape how his work is perceived. Regardless of the cause he supports or the project he launches, public discussion often returns to his relationship with the royal family. This can make it difficult for his independent achievements to stand entirely on their own. While he has demonstrated a commitment to causes that matter deeply to him, many observers believe that separating his current work from his royal past is an ongoing challenge that neither he nor the public can easily avoid. There is also the reality that independence brings greater responsibility. Decisions that were once supported by experienced palace advisors now rest largely with Harry and his own team. That level of autonomy offers greater flexibility, but it also means accepting both the opportunities and the setbacks that come with managing a public life independently. Like anyone adapting to a major life change, Harry continues to balance the expectations of his new role with the legacy of the one he left behind. For Prince Harry, the United Kingdom represents far more than the country where he was born. It is the place where he spent his childhood, served in the armed forces, supported countless charitable organizations, and shared many of life's defining moments with family and friends. Those experiences helped shape his character and remain an important part of his identity, regardless of where he now lives. Although California has become home for Harry, Meghan, and their children, returning to Britain often carries emotional significance. Familiar places, long-standing friendships, and family traditions naturally evoke memories that cannot be recreated elsewhere. This is true for many people who move abroad. While they may embrace a new life in another country, they often retain a deep connection to the place where their personal story began. Recent reports suggesting improved communication between Harry and King Charles have encouraged cautious optimism among those who hope to see greater family understanding in the future. Although the details of private conversations remain known only to those involved, Even small steps toward dialogue are often viewed as positive signs. Rebuilding family relationships, particularly after years of public disagreement, rarely happens quickly. It usually requires patience, mutual respect, and a willingness to listen. At the same time, reports continue to indicate that Harry's relationship with Prince William remains strained. As with many siblings who experience significant disagreements, rebuilding trust may take considerable time. Public attention often focuses on dramatic turning points, but genuine reconciliation is usually a gradual process built through consistent communication rather than headline-making moments. Whatever the future holds, Harry's ties to Britain remain deeply rooted in family history, personal memories, and a lifetime of experiences that continue to shape who he is today. One of the most distinctive aspects of Prince Harry's current life is that he now occupies a position unlike almost anyone else. He is no longer a senior working royal, yet he remains one of the world's most recognizable members of the royal family. That unique combination creates expectations from many different directions. In the United States, Harry has embraced a more independent lifestyle, focused on family life, charitable work, and selected public projects. By many accounts, he enjoys spending time with Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet, and has spoken about how important fatherhood has become to him. Those priorities reflect a life that is significantly different from the one he led while carrying out official royal engagements on behalf of the crown. Yet his royal identity continues to accompany him wherever he goes. Every interview, public speech, charitable initiative or appearance is viewed not only on its own merits, but also through the broader story of his relationship with the monarchy. For supporters, he represents someone seeking to build a modern path while remaining committed to public service. For critics, his decisions continue to invite debate about tradition, responsibility, and family relationships. As a result, it is often difficult for Harry simply to be seen as an individual pursuing independent work. Finding balance between these two realities may be one of the defining challenges of this stage of his life. On one hand, he has established a home and family in America. On the other, his upbringing, public identity, and much of his personal history remain closely connected to Britain. Rather than choosing one identity over the other, Harry appears to be navigating a life that incorporates elements of both. That balancing act is likely to continue shaping his future decisions for years to come. Speculation about Prince Harry's future has become a regular feature of royal coverage, yet the reality is that very few people outside his immediate family know what lies ahead. While commentators often discuss possible reconciliations or changing relationships, meaningful progress usually happens away from public view. Family matters are rarely resolved through public statements alone, and time often plays an important role in rebuilding understanding. Most observers agree that a return to full-time royal duties appears unlikely. Harry has established a new life in California, where his family has settled and where his professional and charitable work continues to evolve. At the same time, maintaining stronger personal relationships with relatives in Britain does not necessarily require a return to official responsibilities. Families can find new ways to reconnect, even when their lives follow different paths. Looking ahead, Harry's charitable work may remain one of the strongest foundations of his public life. His long-standing commitment to veterans through the Invictus Games, along with his interest in mental health and community initiatives, demonstrates that public service continues to be an important part of his identity. These causes have remained consistent throughout different stages of his life and provide a sense of continuity amid significant personal change. Ultimately, Harry's story is still unfolding. Like anyone navigating major life transitions, he continues to adapt to changing circumstances while balancing personal priorities with public expectations. Whether future years bring closer family relationships, new professional opportunities, or entirely different directions, his journey reflects the reality that life rarely follows a perfectly predictable path. Sometimes the greatest achievements are not found in returning to the past, but in learning how to move forward while carrying its lessons with you. Perhaps the reason Harry's story continues to resonate is because it touches on experiences many people understand. Most of us have wondered whether changing careers, moving to a new place, or starting over will solve old problems or bring lasting happiness. Sometimes those changes open exciting opportunities. Other times, they remind us that our history, relationships, and sense of identity continue to shape who we are, wherever we go. Harry's journey illustrates that finding purpose is rarely about geography alone. It is often about discovering where our values, responsibilities, and personal relationships fit together in a meaningful way. Thank you for joining us for today's discussion. Stories about the royal family often make headlines, but behind every headline are real people navigating complex relationships, personal choices, and changing circumstances. Whether you see Harry's journey as one of courage, sacrifice, or difficult compromise, it continues to raise fascinating questions about family, identity, and the search for purpose. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Prince Harry has found the life he was looking for, or do you believe some ties to the past can never truly be left behind? We'd love to hear your perspective. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.